welcome to the show, Bloodveil. Oh, there they are. Oh, man, just a little late.
Hey.
Just a little late. Welcome to the show, Bloodveil.
Sorry.
Give it up. Give it up for Bloodveil.
Thanks for having us, Kirk.
My pleasure, my pleasure. So I was introduced to your music through a mutual friend of ours. If you could remind me of their name.
Was it Hansel?
Hansel? No, not Hansel. Not
No,
Hansel. I feel really bad that I forgot about this.
It might have been Alec.
What's their artist name?
Plus Fiction?
Yes. Plus Fiction.
He's actually in the chat right now. Yeah.
He is? Okay, Plus Fiction.
Yeah.
I'm really sorry. It's nothing personal. I'm super autistic about names and faces. But Plus Fiction, another really Plus Fiction band in the chat, y'all. Plus Fiction, another very talented artist in their own right. And I appreciate them connecting. But I feel like the buzz around you guys has been growing. Some young guns straight out of Tennessee with their music. How old is the band? What's the average age of your band?
19.
19.
Yeah.
19.
Yeah,
and
20. We're going on 20, yeah.
19 going on 20. And your names are?
I'm Aiden.
You're Aiden?
I'm Matt.
Great. Awesome. Pleasure to have you guys. I want to start with your thoughts on a very recent event. So the Grammy Awards last night. You had Spirit Box losing Best Metal Performance to a Metallica song that I could not hum you if you put a gun to my head.
Yeah,
72 seasons. How are you feeling about that one?
So I've recently been calling it 72 Reasons to Kill Myself.
How you like that? 72. Imagine having 72 reasons to kill yourself. That would be a lot of reasons.
All of them happen in that 8-minute shit from a butt, man.
Oh, you listened to it?
I did, just to see, if it was even close to being justified. And I actually tweeted something along the lines of what was it? It was like, hey, Metallica, you only got it because of your status or some shit.
Listen, all the Grammy voters do is give metal awards to Metallica or Black Sabbath somehow. Black Sabbath could put out a reissue of Paranoid right now, and they would win a Grammy for that.
Oh
shit.
yeah, no, 100%.
Even regardless of your feelings on Spirit Box, the band, it just would have meant so much to see some new talent get recognized. Let me ask you this: has the Grammy for Best Metal Performance ever gone to a band with a woman in it?
Does Code Orange have a woman in it?
Yeah.
How about a female front person? Code Orange won a Grammy?
Yeah. I don't know if they won. I know they were nominated.
Listen, regardless of that as well. I
don't think affronted. No.
It's like I said, the point of this show, the point of everything that I think I'm trying to do here is we need a platform for new talent to be able to establish themselves. And that is why I'm so excited to welcome to the show, Bloodveil, straight out of Tennessee. Welcome to the show, guys. Why don't you talk to us about, is this your first look? Have you guys been interviewed or been on any programs before?
You are our first live interview. You got the exclusive.
Amazing. I would like for you to talk to the people in the chat room right now then. It went to Hailstorm once, by the way. I feel like I need to say that. I need to set the record straight on that one. But I'd like for you to just take a second, introduce yourself, introduce the band to chat. What do we got?
Absolutely. So I'm Aiden. I am the vocalist of Bloodveil. And this has been a huge dream of mine. And Matt and I actually met over our college class of 2026 Facebook. He reached out, saw my Instagram, saw this shitty fucking release that I did by myself under the moniker A Pain Undying.
Ooh,
edgy 16-year-old.
Undying.
Yeah, man. Song's called Faithless. And he was like, man, I really like your screams in that. You want to hop on? I was like, man, if this is as shitty as my mix is, no. And I opened this shit up. My mind was blown, from the start. And I hit him back. I was like, I'm in. We have done nothing with that track stance. But
so hold on, wait a minute. Is Bloodveil a duo?
No. So we are a 4-piece. Now five. I forget. We just got a 5th member.
You just got a DJ.
Yeah.
You just got a DJ. I love
We got
to
a
hear it.
bassist.
You just got a DJ. You just fired the bassist, replaced him with a DJ. This is great. Very encouraging.
The funniest part is that before we got our bassist, when we were doing live tracks, we were playing MIDI bass in our back tracks.
Are the drums
bassist,
live? Are the
CPU.
drums live?
The drums are live.
Nice, nice. I
yeah,
knew
we
I made
have
the right
our-
decision here.
Oh. Well,
No,
I I fucked up, bro.
Depends on what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
if you're talking about show, yes, but
but on record,
yeah, a record. But the thing is, there was help.
I don't want to hear shit. I don't want to hear shit about shit. Next release has got to be live drums. Next
This is a
release,
college dorm room, bro.
Nocturnal Lena already adding Forsaken to your like songs. Love to hear it.
Oh hell yeah!
Love to hear it. If you guys want to drop the Spotify link to the release,
Yeah,
please do
man. If
that.
you want to do that, man.
So I've been
but yeah.
so I'm really impressed. So my first exposure actually to the EP, I came home from a rave on Saturday, and I was I couldn't fall asleep. So I was like, let me try out this new Bloodveil EP. So I put the headphones on, put that on right there, and then I really couldn't sleep. It was not exactly like ambient type music. I was like, damn, this shit is loud. And I'd like to let the viewers know if they're interested as to what this music sound like. It's like a lot of gent, it's a lot of progressiveness, big vocals. Imagine like Sleep Token but not bad. If think of like Sleep Token but good, I think would be a solid way of putting it.
That's what a lot of people have said. They're like, this is Sleep Token for people who couldn't get into Sleep Token. And,
Exactly.
You know, as much as I love that, I also
Lena, I'm sorry. I got to apologize to Lena. Lena, big Sleep Token fan, very exhausted by the Sleep Token slander. Lena, I'm sorry, but you should check out Bloodveil. I think you will be into this.
Yeah, we are definitely Sleep Token fans, but we going into this project, I was more of a casual listener. Like for this project, what I like to do when writing music is basically shut myself off from the world of everything new going on. I just kind of stop listening to music because I don't want to do, like, I know this sounds pretentious and cliche, but I don't really want to do what everybody else is doing in the current moment. We kind of just sit down together, we just throw ideas around and see what sticks, and if it sounds like something else, okay, whatever. But like we don't go out there being like, man, we want to sound just like Sleep Token, we want to sound just like Bad Omens or Thornhill, or like we all have like a wide variety of influences that we grew up on. Matt and I are huge, prog, deathcore fans. I had a really big post-hardcore phase, with Slaves and Issues and all that. And Max, who's next door to us right now in his room, he was more like early metalcore, and
Yeah, a lot newer to the music for sure.
he's going through his hardcore phase right now.
So to what extent would you say, be honest, new
Okay.
metal influence factors into your sound?
New metal? So
Well, you see,
okay, so for me, growing up, I had a lot of exposure to new metal. So it was a mix between a lot of System. I loved System and Rage growing up. Those were huge influences for me. Just this like aggressive and really political nature that was also kind of unpredictable. Just like it really, like, I think you can hear a lot of that unpredictability in the EP. Actually, like Surge is just an absolutely insane composer. So growing up, I loved them. I kind of started to fall in love with Korn around 6th, 7th grade. It was like a new awakening for me. I was listening to a lot of like Suicide Silence, Whitechapel, but I like Korn was something that was like, whoa. Like,
Suicide Silence also awesome. Suicide Silence flying the flag for new metal when nobody was.
I know, because they were also hugely inspired by Korn. Mitch Looker and all of them were huge Jonathan Davis fans.
Have you ever seen their cover of I think it's Roots by Deftones that they do?
Yeah, that's
they tune it way down.
That is a deep cut. I remember seeing that and like or finding that video back when I was in middle school, feels like for fucking ever ago, bro. And I was also a huge Coheed
He says
fan.
forever ago, like it wasn't like 2014.
Yeah, dude, but you gotta realize.
Well, I always
What
tell
the
people,
fuck?
anything that happened before 2020 actually does feel like a million fucking years ago. Like
Exactly.
December 31st. This is actually really funny. So December 31st, like New Year's Eve of 2019 into 2020, I posted a photo in my Instagram, and the caption was, "I'm feeling really optimistic about next year." I know, and people went back to that later and were like, "You did this," and I'm so sorry. I had no idea.
This truly is a crazy ass moment in medical history.
I want to talk to you. I want to ask you about something. This is a question that I wasn't expecting to ask, but so when 2020, when the pandemic hit, what grade were you guys in?
Sophomores.
Yeah, we were sophomores.
Sophomores in high school.
Yeah.
What was that like for you? Because
You
I
wanna go
remember
first?
a lot of Twitter assholes being like, I don't feel bad for those kids at all. And I was like, fuck, I don't know
Yeah,
what I
I'll
do.
let Matt take it.
I mean,
for him, and I'll go after.
For me at least, like I remember it pretty well that day. They were like, I don't know what class, but they were like, yeah, school's gonna be canceled tomorrow, and we're like, oh wow, like this COVID thing's really like might be, or it's a day off of school, wow. And then I went to a show that night, and like there was hardly any people there, so I was like, well shit, like maybe this is gonna become a whole thing. And
The
then,
show, by the way, Katy Perry. That's how drastic it was. There was like 18
Shout out.
people there.
Shout out Second Death. But
Oh, sorry.
yeah. Yeah, I mean everybody knows how I went after that. It turned into 2 weeks, 2 weeks turned into a month, into a whole year. So basically for us, going back in after the cancellation, it was a very dystopian kind of thing, like half online, half in person. It was the first time they'd ever done anything like that. So, there wasn't many like protocols or any like rules per se. So it was just it was really interesting. It was definitely, some people had a way harder of a time dealing with the online. Like me personally, I found it like a lot easier because, you don't have to go to school. You just wake up, turn on the Zoom, go back to sleep. Like
That was
but-
okay with you?
I mean,
Yeah, because there was a thing called those cohorts for us. So like half the week you're online, half the week you go in person.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
had an way of
Interesting.
going
That
about it,
was junior year. That was the next
Yeah.
year. And then even into senior year, it started, you could either just choose fully virtual or choose to go in person, but you had to choose one or the other. And I
Interesting.
chose to go in person because it's like, if I'm online, I'm not doing shit.
Did you
Like, that
find
was
it
my-
difficult to like learn just online
Yeah,
at home?
online it's impossible for me because like I'm at my house, like I'm sitting here, I could just do whatever. I'd be in the car grabbing food, I'd be wherever, and like I wasn't learning anything, so I just wanted to go in person. It was a crazy time.
I had a much different experience, I think.
Really?
Yeah. So, I was so like, I used to be a really type A personality. Like I was raised by two very type A people.
What the hell does that mean?
So type A, like they're very like straightforward, no excuses. Like you have to do what you got to do.
Okay.
It's hard to like, yeah. If you don't do it, like then what are you doing? So when COVID first started going, I was like, it's nothing but a thing. And then same experience where it's okay, we're out. It's a week. Oh, early spring break. Okay, and then it's just like, okay. Well,
And then
maybe
4
not.
years go by, and here you are on this show. It's just a week.
Hey,
So anyway.
but no, so I tried. I wanted to find something to say out of it. I was a huge so I'm a guitar player, bass, guitar, euphonium, trombone. So I was like really just an instrumentalist first, and I was already like young at this point, and I already felt like I was hitting a wall with my playing. So I actually used that time to really like learn much more complex things. So I was listening to like a lot of Polyphia, Unprocessed, Chon, Animals as Leaders.
That was one of the
really
nice
complex
things
stuff.
about pandemic lockdown is you do your work or whatever, you just have a guitar in your lap for the whole day.
Exactly.
Am I right?
Like
Yeah.
I I have to thank 2020 because it absolutely just threw me. It may have thrown my mental through a loop, but my guitar playing got outrageous. Like selective picking, percussive strumming, like thumping. I was learning all this stuff, and all the same time, like my junior year, I was like taking AP classes, honor classes, all the type of high level classes, and like I want him back. I want the Aiden I like with that productivity back. 3 years.
You were productive. My pandemic experience was every day at 4:59 p.m. being like, all right, hard seltzer time.
I fucking wish, dude. No, I was like, no, so actually I have my music history dual enrollment to do. And next I need to write my
I love that for you guys.
thesis.
I love that for you guys. What was the social life situation like? Did you guys keep hanging out, go to parties, whatever? It's 4 years. You can talk about it.
I didn't give a fuck. I was just stuck in my room, and I was fine with that. But
that's called giving a fuck. I just want to be clear.
No.
Being stuck in your room, not going anywhere, that was the giving a fuck.
He definitely did. I remember the day that we got out, like it was kind of, I don't remember if it was the 2 weeks or like the rest of the year, but me and all my friends were like, yo, let everybody come over to this one of our friends' house, and we're all spending the night. And then
I think
that was
Alabama.
hey, it was Alabama. We didn't give a fuck.
You're young. Your immune systems be kicking. Who gives a shit? But anyway, let's jump ahead. I don't want to bog this down in the COVID discussion, and we have a limited time here. Hollow Heart, the release, Bloodveil. Is it your debut EP?
This is our debut
EP. I think you guys sound like you're really far along. It feels like it has a certain confidence, certain energy to it. I can tell you're still finding your footing. You're scanning your influences, but it's a very solid release. And I would encourage anyone here. I pinned it. Check out the Spotify link that I pinned in chat. Go check that out. Go add it to your libraries. And I want to check in with you guys on this one. So walk us a little bit through the recording process and how you arrived at that moment where it's like, let's put this out.
So Matt actually produced, mixed, mastered everything. Well, I helped with the production of First. First was a song that I completely composed by myself and brought to him, but that was later down the line. The way all of this came to be, the way that even Bloodveil happened was a shot in the dark. I shot him a message in December of 2022, like the very end, like, hey, I'm really fucking with what we're doing. We should do something together. I think it would be really, I think we'd be really successful. 20 minutes later, it was like, yeah, I like this. This is a good idea. And I hit him up in January. We're back in school. Hey, we should start writing. He's like, well, I'm with my friend Max. We were planning on writing too. You want to come with? And that night, we actually began writing Antidote. I brought this riff. I was like, I know it's real simple, but this would go hard as fuck. And
the simple ones do.
Exactly.
You know who I saw recently? Do you know the band Veil of Maya?
Oh yeah, dude.
Really? Okay. I went to a Veil of Maya show like 2 weeks ago. They're like, for anyone looking, they're like very progressive gent. And the singer was like, I want to see everyone jumping up and down to this song. And the guitar player starts with the riff. I'm in there. I'm doing fucking calculus. I'm like, what beat am I jumping on?
I can't imagine.
This is like the 16/9. I'm out here. I'm like, it was rough. It was rough.
That's the one with Reflections, right?
I have no clue.
Reflections, because Reflections, they're like Darko before Darko. Dude, they have these crazy time changes. I can't imagine what that one was like.
The crowd bounce was weird. It wasn't like an organized up and down. People were like,
It's like polyrhythm.
I appreciate the tenacity by the singer, but I really wasn't sure. So you were enthusiastic though about Veil of Maya. Do you guys have Gen influences? Because if you do, I hear them on the record.
For sure.
We are all huge Periphery fans.
Everybody.
Everybody. Viljarda.
Yeah, I wouldn't call that gent though.
There's Fall,
Just
but
call it
you know,
is that a subgenre of gent? Or
I'd say so.
Okay.
Meshuggah.
Of course.
We fuck with Meshuggah, of course. I forget Vola, dude. Vola's
Huge.
crazy. Yeah. I was just huge with animals as leaders. Like that's something where like a lot of those proggier elements on the EP, like it was really just like, yo, Matt, check this. And he's like, okay, that's it. But yeah, no, we are huge with my music theory brand. I'm classically trained.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So
So
how were you classically trained?
So I started in 6th grade on euphonium and with euphonium exclusively, and things started to fall in place, and I ended up being with a private instructor who had his doctorate in musicianship and all the good stuff, and I got those lessons for free because my mother was a special education resource worker and worked with their daughter, and so
blah blah blah. You can read sheet music.
Oh yeah,
That's
he's like, I did world-class drum corps. We don't play in this bitch.
Excuse me. It's always
I'm
fascinating to me though to experience the music made by people that are like you, because I'm someone that can barely read tabs. So do you ever feel like there's a struggle there to balance like accessibility and music theory complication? Because the music it feels dense to me. Do you ever have to like rein it in and be like, well, we got to put a chorus here?
So structure isn't my issue. What happens is I get envious of how him and Max play and coordinate, because the thing is when you're working within music theory, I was under the impression that music theory was the end all be all, and that not that it was a like kind of a bag of tricks or like something to use as a resource. And so that's kind of handicapped the way that I play, the way that I structure the musicality of things. But in terms of song structure, I usually have like a really clear cut vision. And Matt and I are usually always on the same wavelength. That's why we just get together so well. That's why the music feels so like not to suck our own dicks or anything, but like it feels so
do it,
well.
do it. Be confident. Talk your shit.
Like,
Let's go.
There's a reason why it feels so blended. It's because, and just easy to transition through. It's because we just read each other really well, and we have the ideas just constantly intertwined.
We need to move on to the request section, but before we get there, I would like to put a shout out to chat. If you got questions for Bloodveil, turn those in now. Gonna ask those on your behalf.
Yeah.
You guys are based out of Tennessee, right?
Yes.
Tennessee,
Yeah.
and you're going to be playing LA soon.
You got
Hey, if you know anybody, hey.
I know me. I need that. Listen, I need this so bad. Subscribe to the channel because I just want to spend money bringing all these bands out to LA to give them that showcase opportunity. It really fucks me up. I don't think people know, but like I do this new metal thing full time, and basically all the money I get from it, I just reinvest into it, even when I shouldn't. Even the landlord's like banging on my door, be like, "You're 2 months late with your rent." I'm like, I know, but
that's one of the most fucking new metal things I've ever heard, bro.
gotta be all in.
Yeah.
So
locked in.
So I just want to say again, you start somewhere. I'm trying to start with this office chair. Consider subscribing to the channel. Nocturnal Lena, I'm seeing you got a question coming up. Please drop that. Drop that, and I will ask along. There
recently got access to a WI song.
Where do you see your music going in about a year? Also, Lena had an earlier question asking if you guys were like Sleep Token fans, if you were influenced by Sleep Token. And
we fucking love Sleep Token.
There you go.
Yeah. Now the thing is, people fucking say my voice sounds like Vessels all the time. I need everyone to know that I didn't fucking know what a Sleep Token was before I started like really getting my voice in tune. Like my biggest vocal inspirations were like Johnny Craig, Tom Barber. Before Johnny Craig, I knew Johnny Craig was a piece of shit. Johnny Craig, Tom Barber, Roy Rodriguez.
Just to be clear.
Yeah, no, we gotta keep that real. Like people who really brought that kind of Blue Eye Soul kind of sound to harder music. Like
Ooh,
that shit.
ooh, Blue Eyed Soul. Okay.
Yeah, like
Okay.
that. You guys are gonna hear a lot of that in future music. Which we have a record in early production right now. We're looking at either late this year, early next year.
Yes.
I'm feeling turntables. You know what though? Like an underrated new metal, a new metal element is you have a guy on samples. I think you guys should bring in a dude on like the MPC, just hitting them pads.
I'm down.
I'm so
Those
down.
beams and the sub drops.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
come on.
dude.
Oh, you know what? We're on that level. Make it happen, guys. Make it happen.
We
Find
will.
the best sampler in Tennessee. You know what you should do? You guys, okay, the In the End video by Linkin Park. You seen that? Of course.
Yeah.
So there's no turntable scratching in that. So Mr. Han has to just hit the sample pads for like the piano and this stuff just really hard. He's like,
Oh, yeah.
"Blah!"
Didn't you repost that a bit ago?
What?
Didn't you fucking repost that a bit ago?
I posted I was digging around their frat party at the Pancake Festival DVD. I have like the files and I posted it with
Yeah.
commentary. Does he?
Oh,
I think he
shit.
does say something about that. But you should. It's great because it's the hardest anyone I feel like has ever played a sample. He's just like,
No, for sure.
"Bah!"
Dude, he's into it.
But also
did
like,
we
you guys
do-
know the band Chimera?
Yeah. I've heard of them.
They had a sampler. They had a sample player. You should check them out. They had a sample player there, and it's really efficient.
I think out of the entire like band, I have like the most versatile like listening in terms of like the whole spectrum of harder music. Like
I'm gonna
you'll
draw
have-
you into that one spectrum though, which is just new metal, which basically
Yeah, no,
makes up
nu
the
metal-
entirety.
Yeah, I was okay. The Slipknot, I was not a huge fan of outside of self-titled self-titled like the first EP, man. Like that shit blew my mind. Personally, I fucking loved that, and then everything else, I was kind of like mid. Like,
Oh my god. Well, you know
Bro,
what? Good enough. Plus Fiction
Yeah.
is gonna move to Tennessee. He's gonna be your sample player, by the way.
he fucking better be, bro. I
Better
fucking
be.
love Alec, bro.
Big shout out to
He's
Plus
my guy.
Fiction. One of my
Yeah.
favorite discoveries on this program so far. I appreciate him hooking us up,
Dude,
setting
yeah,
that up.
he's
Well-
fucking phenomenal.
We have got to move on to the requests phase of this, but I do want to say, hey, I want to appreciate you guys so much for just keeping the flame alive, being young, being enthusiastic, making that heavy music. You make my job worth
Absolutely.
it. You make every day of my life worth it, and I'm really excited to hear what comes from you guys next.
Bro, we appreciate it.
All right,
So how many? I see one here. Where do you see your music going in about a year?
Yes.
I hope big, but I'd say a year.
Maybe learn a little rap. Can you do a little
the
rapping?
goal. Okay, so
Honestly.
the goal is we're gonna make Thal sexy in 2025. We're making sexy Thal.
Sexy thaw. What does
Dude,
that mean?
and that's not
What?
like these fucking riffs are tasty, dude. Like what I'm saying, like
Yeah.
dude, Low Nasty
Yeah.
fucks, dude. I hear that, I'm like, okay, like it's
Imagine
that it's that
doom metal, not doom metal, that's not, but like doom,
Like
the
Mick
game
Gordon, yeah.
metal, but like sexy, I guess.
yeah, that's what I'm
That's
saying.
it. I
And-
don't
but
even
like
need to hear nothing else. I feel
all
like
while you're dancing, you're like crying at the same time.
God. Oh,
'cause,
I
like,
love
it's-
that. Love that kind
Oh
of
yeah,
music.
no, this one's gonna be like really hard hit. We're gonna have a lot of like huge emotional moments on this next thing. I told him like as much as I love screaming, like I want to have a lot of those like really nice singing moments. I work too hard for these cleans.
All right, I got
Um,
one last question for you guys, and then we do have to move on to the
Absolutely.
request section. But here's my last question:
100%.
Can I consider you both a card-carrying member of the new metal agenda?
Fuck yeah,
For
dude.
sure.
We were talking earlier. We were like, bro, we should ask him if he'd be cool with us playing Minecraft with him sometime.
Oh, we do need to do that. I had such a bad time with Minecraft, but it was like I feel like I need to enlist the homies.
Oh, dude.
Then we could do our
We're
thing.
on there
Fucking-
like pretty regularly, so at least I am.
Yeah, dude.
I will keep you posted about that. We'll figure it out. But guys, Bloodveil, thank you guys again so much for coming on the show. An honor.
Absolutely. Thank you so much,
It is
man.
such an honor. For
No
real.
problem. Keep in touch. Be passing me the new music. And how about a
course.
music video for 2025?
We got some in the not in the works, but we're planning to.
look out for a vocal one take very soon.
All right, beautiful. One more time for Bloodveil, everybody. Appreciate you guys.
Love you, man. We'll see you.